You're paying for your life every single day, not just with money, but with hours, attention, and energy. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. You just don't always see what you're giving up. Money feels painful to spend because you see it leaving your account. Time feels painless to spend because it leaves quietly. But it still leaves. Once an hour is gone, you never get it back. Most of your day is made up of these small trades, this task instead of rest, or this distraction instead of presence. None of them feel particularly serious on their own, but added together, they are your life. You don't usually sit down and think, I'm spending my time right now. You usually think, I'm just getting through the day. And that's how the exchange stays hidden. You feel busy, but you don't feel the cost. By the evening, you're absolutely shattered, not because one big thing drained you, but because the day took small pieces from you all the way throughout. You didn't lose your time in one big moment. You spent it in dozens of small, unnoticed ways. You act as if time is something you'll deal with later. You tell yourself you'll rest when things calm down. You tell yourself that you'll think about what you truly want when life feels calmer. But life doesn't slow down on its own. One demand just replaces another. So you let urgency decide your day, you let habit decide your evening, and you let other people's needs decide your energy. That doesn't mean you're weak, it means that you're human in a system that stays loud. Some people have very little choice over their time. Work, illness, caring for others, money pressures can take over whole days. That's real. This isn't about pretending that everyone has freedoms that they don't. But even inside those limits, most of your time is still being spent by default. Not chosen, just used. You don't drift because of one terrible decision. You drift because most of your days are full of automatic ones. You wake up and react. You deal with what's immediately in front of you. Then you move on to the next demanding thing. Nothing goes wrong in a dramatic way, but your day just goes by. Then one day you look at your life and feel a quiet mismatch. Not regret exactly. More like, this isn't what I thought I was building. That feeling doesn't come from one bad choice. It comes from years of unchosen and undirected time. Your life is the result of what you trade your hours for. This hour for work, this hour for scrolling, that hour for someone else's problems. Over time, those trades point you somewhere, even if you never meant to go there. This isn't about turning every single minute into something productive, because you're allowed to rest, you're allowed to switch off. The point is to stop treating time as if it's worth less than your money. Before you say yes to something, the real question should be, is this how I want to spend my time? That question won't fix your circumstances, but it'll stop you pretending that the trade is free. Some trades will still be necessary, some days will still be heavy and unfair, but at least you'll know what you're giving and you'll stop handing your time over without noticing. You don't need control over every hour, you just need to stop allowing your life to be spent continuously on autopilot. So before you fill the next hour without thinking, ask yourself this: is that really how you want to spend a piece of your precious time? And is that cost worth it?